Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Who is Who in America on Al Hikmat TV 24/7 online. It is indeed a pleasure to have with us in the studio Brother Imtiaz Mohammad. Welcome to the show, Brother Imtiaz.
Thank you.
And Brother Imtiaz, or as known Mr. Imtiaz Mohammad, is the founder of Asian Times. It used to previously be known as Pagmag, and we're going to talk to him about that. Why did the name change from Pagmag to Asian Times? But to let your viewers know, Brother Imtiaz Mohammad is a well-known person in the United States of America, has been doing wonderful services in the field of journalism here in South Florida, and he's well-known nationwide. He has a special international press pass from the press agency. So he has a very, very interesting background. And I know this program is viewed by people all over the world, east, west, north, and south. And as a man originally from Pakistan, with his impression now in the United States of America and worldwide, we can definitely learn a lot from his experience and his views and opinions on what he would like to see and be accomplished in the Muslim community, in the communities at large, interfaiths, generally speaking. So welcome to the show again, Brother Imtiaz.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
So my first question may be, so why Asian Times from Pagmag? Because you are known as Pagmag.
Absolutely.
Some people even call you Pagmag.
Yeah. No, Lana, it is a history behind this. This change is not easy, and it took me 15 months to do this conversion. Actually, I'm a true believer of unity. When I came to America, I came with a dream, and it was not that easy. American dream, everybody like to follow and run and finish their lives. But I came to this country with a lot of vision, opportunity, and today all that changed when I left my country, poverty. I belong to a very poor family.
So how many years now have you been in the United States of America?
Since 91.
Good. And you came straight to Florida?
Yeah, I came to New York and then Florida.
Good.
My father was a school teacher, and we are 12 brothers and sisters. So I know what is poverty. I know how the families are raised when only one person is working and 12 people are enjoying on his wealth.
Wow.
Being a school teacher, it was very hard for all of us to have the facilities the way every child should have. But I've been raised like that. But always, my father used to say, always dream high. Never ever give up. You will make difference in the community.
So he was a principal of a school?
Yeah, he was a principal. Initially teacher, then he got promoted, and then I helped him a lot in teaching
English
also.
School?
Yeah. And he was an English teacher.
In Pakistan?
In Pakistan.
What
the history.
Karachi?
No, Hyderabad.
Hyderabad.
And actually, I was raised in the environment when we were learning the English from the childhood. So I speak a little better than other. So
wow.
That's the way I've been raised.
But historically, people who are and who were and who used to be principals of a school, they were really highly recognized.
Oh yeah, my father is very well known. I mean, he's no more alive, but he was one of them. Like, people can tell. If you go to the city, everybody knew him.
Yeah, and especially in the British system, a person who is a judge or a principal, they almost rank equal in society. When the community would have a problem,
there is a big difference. What we see here in America is totally different.
Because when someone would have a problem, they would go to the principal.
Absolutely.
Family counseling, not just a school problem. You know, in America here, mostly people speak to principals and teachers about a class problem. There and in those days, the principal used to be like a community leader. Families would go for their problems.
So I have seen that, Maulana. When I used to see my father, he had a tuition center after school hours. So I was so impressed from him once the students are coming for tuition. So he used to ask the child and parent, can you afford a tuition? When the person says, I'm a laborer, I cannot do it, so what concession you can give? My father used to say, your child will be in this institute for free and he will sit in the front row.
Wow.
And the people who are paying, they go behind those people. So I have seen, I learned from my father, the money in your life is not everything, but the pride and dignity when you earn from those children. And I used to see the respect of my father through those children.
So you benefited a lot.
When I see my role model is my father.
Because your father had humanitarian values.
So whatever I am today in America is because of the right foundation I learned from my father. He always taught me this. And American dream was not easy. From 91 till today, I struggle.
Yes.
I struggle so much. I have done every kind of businesses.
But you had a background that your father taught you.
But only thing I had, I will be successful because my father told me. And I seen, so I carried that vision.
And then you had that upbringing in an Islamic environment.
Absolutely. So we learn.
And a Muslim home.
Basically, Islam is not only learning and preaching. Islam is practical. You have to show in your personality what beliefs you have. If I believe in God, I have to show. People will not believe it if I don't practice Islam.
You got to live it.
You got to live it. So this is the biggest challenge, especially when I see my community, they are suffering because of their mindset. Our community, when they come to United States, they come with a bigger vision. They are coming to America to change their lives. And it happens. This is what American dream is. I came as a poor family person to this country. I supported my family back home. All my brother and sister, they went to school, colleges. My sisters got married because of this. So America became, for me, saluting America every day.
So I like that.
How can I go against the country which supported me, which supported my family, which supported the entire other family members?
I like that point you made, that a lot of people come to change their lives. But unfortunately, what I see, and maybe fortunately, but why I say unfortunately, a lot of them come with the intention to change their lives, but then I see them wanting to change America, and they have not even changed their lives. So how are you going to change America? And sometimes I wonder, what are you going to change in America? What do you want to change?
The thing is...
And why do you want to change?
The problem, when immigrants come here, they come for the betterment of their life.
Yes.
They go for education, they go for businesses, and there's no stoppage. I'm the great example. I operate 3 different businesses. Nobody stopped me. I went to college. Nobody stopped me. I've been supported, and I'm trying to pose myself through American. It's not easy. Society will not accept me as an American. This is my vision, that we immigrants need to come out of the box. You come to United States, you go through the immigration process. The day you took oath, your life should be changed. This is what's happening in America. The immigrants are suffering because of their vision.
So I want to ask you a question as a Pakistani.
Yes.
Well, Pakistani American.
Yes.
Who have lived here, and you have this experience. Now, I may not be able to ask this question to many people who are originally from Pakistan, or Americans who are now Americans. This question about coming here for the dreams, to fulfill the dreams in this country, that the sky is the limit for opportunities.
Yes.
I see sometimes people from Pakistan, and not just only Pakistan, but because you're from Pakistan, I'm asking you that.
Sure.
All right? And it's difficult for me to ask that question because my origin is the West Indies, Caribbean. So someone may think I'm being, it's prejudice or being racist, but I'm not. This is an intellectual thing, and this we have this program viewed by a lot of people all over the world.
Sure.
When a person comes here, again, I want to repeat, whether from Pakistan or other country, but I'm asking you because you're from Pakistan and you're a broad-minded person, you're a liberal, you're moderate, you have been here, you're a journalist, so you're a man believing in freedom of speech.
Absolutely.
The pen, you're a businessman, you're a practicing Muslim, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
You support the Muslim communities and the activities. What do you see when a person wants to change America, but they themselves have not changed their lifestyle? And my point is, sometimes I see them wanting to correct America on certain Islamic values, but they themselves do not live the Islamic life. Is that practical?
It's not. The problem is this, like, you know, if, this is my suggestion to all the immigrants. When you take oath, you can be within any faith. You can be anybody. But when you decided to surrender your previous nationality, then there's no question that you can go against the Constitution, against the regulations, against the society, against the system. This is the option you are taking. But when we take oath, it's an emotional event. It's a ceremonial thing. But you really don't go in depth. Today, I became American citizen. Do you know the depth of that simple word when you call yourself, I'm American? That means you have a duty, you have a responsibility, and you have a constitutional rights. I am as good American as anybody else.
Right. No, but that does not mean that you will not stand for rights and you will not stand for justice and you would not enjoin good and forbid evil in America. It does not mean that you will condone evil in America.
No, basically you have to integrate in society.
No, you have the rights to stand for justice.
Absolutely.
That has given you the rights to enjoin good and forbid evil and to stand for the betterment of the people in America and the world.
This is what everyone have to know. You don't have to be Democrat, Republican, Muslim, non-Muslim. You became American. When you become American, you need to learn the system. You have to engage in the civic society. You have to really collaborate with other institutions. You cannot, our community people, the immigrants, they live in box. They don't come out of that box. They live in fear of unknown.
No, they come out. You know when they come out?
After 9/11.
After
9/11 was a great example of
when Trump makes an anti-Muslim statement.
Absolutely.
So you come out and then you go back in your hole.
Absolutely.
That doesn't solve a problem.
The leadership and the political party should not affect as an individual. We all are American. We have to think American. We have to behave and claim our nationality. Because you surrender everything. If I sit here and I advocate Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, I'm not doing right. Now the country, my country have to decide. What is my country? America. Because I choose it. I took the oath. I changed, my mind has changed.
Now, I know I asked a question about wanting to get something implemented in America, and we ourselves don't do it. My example is because I know our viewers, we got a lot of viewers in Pakistan, you know, and a lot of viewers from America were Pakistanis. I want to use the example of Jummah. Take, for example, Muslims in America, they make an appeal or request to get Jummah off for Muslims, right? Hear my point. Like Jews, a lot of them got Saturday off for their Jewish day, Sabbath day. Christians, they get off on a Sunday so they can go to church. So let's say Muslims make a request to get Friday off for Jummah. But then here the problem. The America will say, well, hey guys, you guys don't go for Jummah. And you know what? Your Juma prayer starts at 1:30, but you don't even reach there until 5 minutes before. So we will only give you 10 minutes. Is that? Then they're like, no, we want an hour. My point is, that's the problem. We want to ask America to give us Eid day. We still cannot decide on a day. We want to ask America for Friday. We don't go to Juma, and if we do, we go very late. We have not corrected our own life within the laws of Islam.
This is the problem. That imagine, I take example of South Florida. We have 35 different organizations, different entities. They all have operating principles are same, but they are working in different directions. If they all get united, and if they make any suggestions for anything you want to make difference, you need to unite first and make one voice that will have a better impact. Like Maulana Shafayat on this side and the other people on this side, they are making some suggestion to change the days or give you the holiday and the Eid day and all that. How it will impact only a small portion or segment of the community is making that plea. Where if we say all Muslims in America on one page decide Jummah prayer, Eid prayers, all these things, in today's, like, in the world, we still are conflicting, the moon sighting.
No, that's an issue I have always tried to focus on with some people, and I think they missed the point. Organizations, you can be 40 organizations, but on issues, you can come together.
Absolutely.
And now, you don't have to have one big organization. You know why? You don't need one big mosque for all the Muslims to pray in. Absolutely. Even in Makkah and Medina, you got the holy mosque in Medina and Makkah, but they got a lot of other mosques right around. The issue is when there is a matter, then when all these people come together to work together on various matters and
Absolutely.
issues, that is unity. But that's a problem I have with some of our people. They believe unity means all the organization collapse and become one.
No.
If that's the case, then we got to make one big masjid
Yes.
for all Americans to pray in one mosque. It does not make sense.
I agree.
Exactly what you're saying.
Absolutely.
There is an issue, come together and unite on the matters and the issues.
Exactly.
You don't need to form one organization. That's not practical. It's not realistic. Actually, that sometimes ends in corruption. One of the beauty of America, you got the Democrat, you got a Republican.
Yes.
Each one keeps each other on track when they go off track. And they both go off track all times. And that's why you need the other parties. So different organizations will come together on a matter.
Yes.
And why I say that, I have always heard people talking about we need one organization. It does not make sense.
One
voice on matters.
Exactly. You can have 50 organizations,
Yes.
but they all, Democrats are here, Democrats are there, Republicans are here, but they have one agenda, one voice. Somebody leads.
Of course.
The party lines are same way, we can have it. The unity is the most important thing in common. And also, understanding of this, I firmly believe if your mind is not changed, if your mind is not accepting the environment and the society, you will suffer.
Yes, Brother Imtiaz, it's amazing. The topic is very interesting. Would you believe we have already spoken for more than 15 minutes?
Wow.
I thought that we would have gone on a break after 10 minutes, so we got to go on a break.
Okay.
It's interesting, and that issue is not just a Florida issue. That's an international issue.
Absolutely.
It's something that happens throughout the world, nationwide, worldwide, where you got many organizations, and they don't know to unite on matters. And I want to end this note here, it's like your finger. You got 5 different fingers, 5 different organizations. But when you got to write, you pick this pen up and they all come together. But they're all not holding the pen. This guy doesn't hold a pen. This guy does not hold a pen. It's just these 2 fingers.
Absolutely.
But they all support it.
Yes.
And if one of these fingers are off, you will feel very awkward.
Yes.
But so unity doesn't mean one finger. It can be 5 fingers coming together on matters. And that may be, and that should be the message that a lot of organizations need to get.
Absolutely.
You know, I know we did not get into talk a little more on Pagmag and Asian Times
Sure.
and what you do. When we come back, I want to get more into that. And I also would like to get a little more on some of your vision that you would like to see with the Muslim communities and interfaith communities. Because
Right.
I know you associate a lot with politicians, with interfaith groups, with Muslim organizations.
Yes.
So in the second half of the program, I would really love to hear your opinion and your views on that matter, so our viewers worldwide
Sure.
can benefit from your experience and your background. So it has been a pleasure talking to Brother Imtiaz Mohammad, a journalist and founder of Asian Times, a prominent figure and personality in South Florida. When we come back after the short break, we'll continue our conversation with him.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Due to the negative propaganda against the Quran and the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it has become imperative upon us to spread the message of the Quran, inshallah. Therefore, Al-Hikmat kindly requests your support to pledge and sponsor 100,000 Quran drives on CDs. Join us sponsoring Qur'ans on CDs for free distribution fi sabilillah for Muslims and non-Muslims worldwide. You can also sponsor on behalf of family members and relatives that have passed away as Sadaqah Jariyah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Al-Hikmat Services, serving the Muslim community and non-Muslim community. Dawah and interfaith activities, distribution of Quran and Islamic publications, sponsoring students to study Islam, Al-Hikmat Da'i, Dawah and Interfaith Institute. Also, Friday sermons by Shaikh Shafayat are live on alhikmattv.com from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. Download our free Al-Hikmat TV app on your mobile devices. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Feel free to donate to Al-Hikmat Dawah Services online with a credit card or PayPal at alhikmat.com. For more details, contact Al-Hikmat office at 1-800-804-0267 or our local number 954-986-0158 and visit us at www.alhikmat.com. Jazakallah khair. Al-Hikmat has been serving the Muslim and non-Muslim communities for the past 30 years through the publishing and distribution of Islamic literature and radio, and also TV programs, plus interfaith activities. Due to the demand and many requests of non-Muslims and new Muslims for Islamic literature, we request you to donate generously $1 fi sabilillah in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala towards distribution of the Holy Quran, Al-Hikmat TV 24/7 online, Dawah publications, Surah and Zikr books, genealogy of the prophets, feeding and clothing the poor, orphans, and the needy, students seeking to study Islam, printing of Islamic publications, our monthly Muslim magazine, One God, Same Religion Dawah brochures, Quranic Arabic reader with Tajweed for students. And also to support our Dawah activities, you can also contact Al-Hikmat offices at 954-986-0158 at 954-986-0158, or you can also visit our website at www.alhikmat.com. That is www.alhikmat.com. You can also make checks payable to Al-Hikmat Services Incorporated, or you can donate with a credit card on PayPal at www.alhikmat.com.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, and welcome back to Who is Who in America on Al-Hikmat TV 24/7 actually online, and you can get us all the time on other television networks, etc., etc. We are back with Brother Imtiaz Mohammad, and it is indeed a pleasure to be talking to him. We had a wonderful conversation before we went on the break, and again, welcome to the show,
Thank
Brother
you.
Imtiaz. So tell us, why did you change your magazine from Pagmag to Asian Times? Because I'm sure you have some wider vision.
Absolutely. Actually, you know that my motherland is Pakistan. So when I come here, or if I do anything, will be relate to Pakistan. So I had a vision that, I will, when I start my journalism, I'll start writing or creating something on a parallel community base. There was already existence of one magazine, which is also do similar work, which is Desh Videsh. So I don't want it to come with another competition to that existing magazine in the community, because that is established by an Indian track. So Desh Videsh was already there.
And that was doing a similar India kind of America thing.
So they were also doing the similar work and mine. So I never wanted to have a feeling for them that I'm coming as a competitor, whereas my vision is unity among the communities. So I would have gone against that. So I started on the track of Pagmag, but I was very liberal. If you see in my last 15 months, I wanted to prove it to the community that everyone is welcome in that magazine. Indian, Bangladesh, Pakistan, they can share their views, their news, their advertisement, their religious beliefs and everything. So I established my resume in the community. Then the community should see this is not a Pakistani magazine, this is for all. But the time came when I realized that everybody understood this concept, and then I wanted to go broader. So the name was not suiting. It was limiting me to Pakistan. But with my mind development and the changes I had in my mind, that when I am talking about uniting everyone, that I have to open my heart. So just for that, so I added more people, team players from India, Bangladesh, and Pakistan, and open the door for everybody to advertise, share their views, their religious belief, anything. It's that magazine I want to really enjoy the freedom of speech, where you can write anything you want with the dignity.
I see you have advertisers from all different
walks we have
of life.
Exactly. We have Indians, Bangladesh, Pakistan, everywhere. So it should not limit them, because as the community think very narrow-minded. Indians think for Indian, Pakistani thinks for Pakistani, Bangladesh. So my effort is bringing all these people together, because we have common problems.
What are some of the issues you cover? Religion, politics?
Religion, politics, the Hollywood, Bollywood, everything.
Cultural issues.
Cultural, like, the events. If somebody doing a social event, we are covering. Doing a religious event, we are covering.
So you technically do the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah, I mean, we are not limiting. It's not a religious magazine. It's not a political. It's social. It's liberal. But of course, there are parameters of liberty to some extent.
Okay.
We cannot go beyond that.
Yes.
We have to keep the dignity of the magazine and no hate.
Right.
Because the Asian Times foundation is based only one word: unity.
So it's more about highlights and update and what's going on
exactly
in the
covering in the community, within the community, their social events, their cultural, anything. And this is what I do. I live in community, and I do my past is with the community. So I do functions, shows, events, everything, and that's what I wanted to have a platform. And that platform is for I'm making a little slogan here: unity in diversity. That's my mission. And my vision: make sure everybody understands. It's hard. It's hard to believe to make India, Bangladesh, and Pakistan on one table. It's hard because that's the way they think. They have not changed yet. They live in America. They need to be American way. American way is only one way, which is good for all. Their children are getting raised here. I have grandkids. I have to look into the future of my grandchild. I want him to be recognized as American citizen, and he should avail all the opportunities which is for Americans.
Yes, I see you have a lot of interesting, as I said, advertisers on your magazine.
Yes.
And I mean, you yourself have that business pertaining to skincare. Do you want to share a little more of that?
Yeah, I have, I created my wife, she runs Beauty Cafe Salon. It's again a story.
Yeah, she has many branches.
Absolutely.
What,
that's
23 branches?
Yeah, 18.
Oh, 18 branches.
And this is what
what is called Beauty Cafe.
It's called Beauty Cafe, and this is what what I'm saying. I have to show also. People say that I'm doing community service, so you have to show what community service you're doing. So we have a track record. Me and my wife started a business from $5,000. And I'm so grateful to a person who helped her in our first business, was a lady from a Caribbean island.
Oh.
She had a business and she gave us with the promise to pay, that only down payment I have to make $5,000.
What island from the Caribbean?
Jamaica.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah, so I still admire the lady. She trusted me for the business. And she was unable to run the business. She was not experienced. And I made a deal with her. And that just one help from one person changed the life.
Because you're located in some very prominent places.
Pembroke Pine and Palm and Johnson, that was my first store.
Yes.
That store was for a Caribbean lady and she couldn't run it. And we had all the expertise. My wife, she's a beautician. She changed everything. And that one store became the foundation of 18 more stores. And we are proud. This is the community service. We trained a lot of people with no skill. We train them, we guide them, they go to beauty school, get their licensing, and give them job.
I see you have something to do with immigration support in your
Absolutely.
business also.
Absolutely. The way it is, the skill what we use in our beauty salon is not easily available in the United States, because we have a technique of eyebrow threading. They don't have a school here who teaches that. They do not have the easily finding people. So that's why we offer, if somebody is talented and they're skilled, we offer through immigration grant that if they can be working for our beauty salons.
Also, people are able to get their work permit.
Absolutely.
And the immigration status when they work with you.
My company, Beauty Cafe Salon, never stop hiring people. Never stop. We always, because look, we believe in sharing. I share my profits, my people who work with us, because that's the beauty of America. You're creating jobs. So I have a track record of creating a lot of jobs. Me and my wife are 100% devoted towards that, training people, putting them. People come here with no skills. And this is a technique which is like limited to India, Bangladesh, and Pakistan. The eyebrow threading is something unique. And my wife is a champion of that, and she is a great teacher. So we train people to create jobs. We don't get any employment benefit. We don't get anything. This is what I'm serving the community.
All right. I know you have a lot of connections with politicians. So tell me, in your own words and your expression, with the present situation.
It is not really connection. The word connection, I don't agree.
Well, you're associated with a lot of politicians. Okay, beautiful. You're associated. What is your opinion on Muslims being linked to only one party? And my reason for that is very simple. Muslims attached to one party, and then the one party loses. What happens?
Okay, very good question. I'm not, like you say, that link. What I'm doing, as a journalist, I'm learning the politics of this country. And I'm learning how we can, look, we do not participate and we cry from the back. This is the thing. You don't have to choose Democratic Party. You don't have to choose Republican Party. You need to involve yourself. You need to get into, listen to them, what they are doing, what they are offering for American people. And then you make your decision. Nobody forced you to join Democratic Party. Nobody forced you to join Republican Party. So I'm, of course, like you say, I'm connected with it. I'm too much involved with Democrats, and I see what they have to offer, and there's a majority of the people, and it's a reach out.
Everyone got their choice of opinion as to which party and which politician they would support. That's right.
It is for the people or for the community. They need to come out. They need to engage. First thing, you need to get engaged. See what is the politics like, what you can contribute as a community. So it's a big gap because our people don't come out of the box. Now, thanks to Trump, who changed the perception of entire community. Now you see now more people are getting involved. When you see people are going to move different parties, their functions and listening what is. So now, once you start getting into this process,
but Trump has surprised a lot of Muslims. Because Muslims thought that Trump hates Muslims.
That's a wrong perception.
And we see now in the White House, in the first 3 to 4 guests that he had in the White House was the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. And he has now made it his mission that the first country, as the President of the United States of America, the man whom people think hates Muslims and Islam, the very first country he's going to visit, as we do this show right now, is Saudi Arabia,
wow,
the place of the 2 holy mosques. And he has mentioned that. He's going to visit Saudi Arabia, where the 2 holy mosques are. I mean, doesn't that and wouldn't that surprise a lot of Muslims?
No, see, this is the problem. Again, like I said, if you don't integrate in these parties, if you don't go listen to their messages, if you don't be part of those parties,
you would not know what's going on. So my question to you, Brother Imtiaz, I know this is the hard question as a journalist. What do you recommend the Muslims? Should you, at one point in time, go block with George Bush?
No.
And then you feel you have a problem. Then you go block with Obama. And then you go block with Republican. Then you go block with Democrat. Do you think that's a wise move by the Muslims? Or do you think the Muslims should be American and be part of the society and choose politicians that they think are better for the communities? And in that way, we would have been a balanced community, because Muslims are supposed to be balanced.
Okay, I have
you see the point I'm getting at?
Absolutely.
Because if we don't do that, this is my opinion. I'm not telling you, I'm not telling anyone to do that, my viewers. I'm just expressing my views with you to get your opinion. I'm not giving my opinion. The point is, what do you think will be the situation with the Muslims if they go block one party and then that party loses, like what has happened with the Democrats? What's the situation? Do all these Muslims go back in their holes?
See, this is the biggest issue. Muslims need to organize themselves. Muslims need the leadership have a biggest role here. And also the parties have a big role. Only Democrats are reaching out to Muslims, and Muslims are reaching out to Democrats. The Republican Party, for some reason, are reluctant to reach out.
But
when
do you think the
doors,
Muslims are reaching out to the Republican Party? That's my point.
Okay, no. They see,
as they should.
The most easiest thing in America is getting part of any political party. Their doors are open. I mean, I go a lot of different functions and I see they receive you as an honor. When they see somebody other than like other nationalities, they are coming and listening to them. So my suggestion, I cannot advise people, we all are adult, we are educated creed of this country, and we need to understand this, that we need to reach out to Republicans, we need to reach out to Democrats, we need to reach out like independents, to everybody. Only way you can do that once you have united yourself, once you are together. I am going as an exemplary case. I go to every function.
Well, maybe the Republicans know that the Muslims, generally speaking, only reach out to Democrats. So the Republicans are not going to waste their time.
Whereas, you know, as a Muslims, we more associated with Republicans' ideas. And our religion, Islam, is more tilted towards Republicans.
And that's my point. Trump has now shown the Muslims, if you guys don't reach out to me, I'm going to reach out to your Muslim country.
Absolutely.
But that is smart.
Absolutely.
The man said he's smart. And I mean, why I want to share that with you, because you're a journalist, and I know your newspaper and your magazine, your Asian Times, it's important to reach out to all these people.
Absolutely.
Because we are heading into a time here in America. Muslims are only 3%. And they got to understand, if they don't reach out to all the people, when that party goes, they are gone, and you're history.
We need overhauling, biggest overhaul. See, sometimes it's very hard to say truth. We live in communities where everybody cares other communities. People don't want to tell the truth. keep it within themselves. It's very hard to say no to somebody whom you like.
So do you think some of these Muslim organizations that are formed and that were formed in the name of political organizations
Absolutely.
are not really Muslim organizations, but it's a country organization? It zooms only to
that region.
that region of country when it should be Muslim.
Muslims.
You know what I'm saying? You claim to form a political Muslim party, but it only has Arabs. Or it only has Pakistanis. It only has Bangladeshis
That's
or Indians.
my biggest debate.
Now that
This is the biggest debate I'm having among the community leaders.
Because
this is what I'm exercising, telling all those people who were struggling for last 30 years in this country. If we don't change today, the next 30 years will be wasted. Today we need to understand, sit and analyze what you have done.
Well, maybe they can call it a Pakistani political party.
You don't have
or
to call it
Bangladeshi
any party. See,
but if you call it a Muslim, it should
They should
include
be
all the Muslims.
Yeah, it is not. It's not happening.
You know, if you say interfaith, it should be open to all faiths.
All faith. Yes.
And if you say Muslim, it should be open to all Muslims, not geared for only Muslims of one country. I mean, I have no problem. You can call something an Indonesian political American party, Indonesian American political party.
When you use the word Muslim,
that
it
is
should be the one.
international.
It's an international
Yes.
word, and it should be one.
And you should be inclusive.
Oh yeah,
of
inclusive.
all
Or
Muslims.
when you say Pakistan, it makes sense.
I have no
when
problem
you say
with
India, makes sense. But when you use this word, a universal Muslims, so there should be one voice,
right.
one philosophy.
And you shouldn't use words because people are not stupid out there. We're in a very intellectual world.
Absolutely.
We're in the world of technology and intellectualism. So you made a good point. You use the word Muslim, it should be inclusive. You use the word interfaith, it should be inclusive.
Absolutely.
You use the word Muslim organizations, then all Muslim organizations should be inclusive.
Absolutely.
It shouldn't be just one culture people or one, you know, because you see what has happened. A lot of us still have that back home, and I'm sorry to put it like this, that third world mentality. You know, there's a famous English saying, you can take a man out of the gutter,
Absolutely.
but it's hard to take the gutter out of him. And you're a journalist, so I could say that to you.
This is what my effort will
I
be.
may be very much criticized for this statement, but you are the man with Asian times that you need to express this.
Absolutely.
You can take someone from the gutter. Sometimes you take someone from the third world country. You bring them to America, but you cannot take the third world mentality out of them. And we need, that's why we run a magazine called Al Hikmat also, Al Hikmat TV. And that's why I want to talk to people like you. So some people out there who are thinking can start thinking, what are we talking about? Muslim, Islam, a bigger picture than Trinidad,
Absolutely.
Guyana, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Arabia.
See, the effort should be for focusing on people who have become American citizens. Then once they are American, then they can choose their parties. Because this is a process. First they need to be American first. Then they can be part of any party. And parties, of course, like Republicans or Democrats, they have their arm open. Those parties are not for limited people. It's unlimited.
And that's why I use Trump as my example. The man
great
who
example.
criticized Muslims,
But he's
banned
doing the-
Muslims. Amongst his first 3 to 4 guests, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, in his very first trip, he chose Saudi first. Listen, he could have gone to the Vatican first. He could have gone to Jerusalem first. He chose to go to Saudi Arabia. That's a little message, whether it's political, whether it's strategical, whether it's just politics, I don't care. But it is the reality.
There is a politics for unity. That's the best politics.
Well, Brother Imtiaz, you know what? We have been speaking for more than 40 minutes. And as our guest on the show, I want to give you the last word if you have a few seconds of something to say as we close the program.
Yeah, I will just request every individual in United States of America who have changed their nationality to U.S. citizenship, please review your oath and act accordingly. This is your dreamland. You are blessed here. You must defend this country constitutionally. That's the simple message. If we are all successful, Muslims, non-Muslims, or Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Caribbean, anybody, if we understand that, we will have peace and love in this country. And the people will make better communities with thinking positive. So this is a simple message of unity. And I really appreciate Maulana giving me this opportunity to be on this platform. And I hope out of this, viewers should get something positive, that somebody like me who have a great example of American dream, and I made it, and I'm proud, and I'm giving back to the community by helping them, opening their eyes, and getting them engaged in politics, in social circle, and leaving them aside the country politics. We don't need politics. We need a great future for our children. We need great future for our brothers and sisters to make a strong nation. God bless America. God bless.
And thank you very much. And it has been a pleasure to have Brother Imtiaz Mohammad with us here in Al Hikmat studio, the founder of Asian Times, and a man who is very vocal on his opinions and views, and we really enjoy talking to him. And one of the messages I'm sure the viewers worldwide would benefit, and I'm sure you who are viewing this program right now would have benefited from, is the fact that when we say Muslim, we mean everyone, and not just one country and one culture, but that's what Islam is all about. Universal, international, and Muslims need to get out of this closed shop and be more universal, as the Quran and as the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, exemplified, and the Quran has taught us through the example of the Prophet, peace be upon him. So thank you very much for viewing Al Hikmat TV 24/7 online. And again, this is Who's Who in America, and you can follow up some of our shows also on YouTube and on Al Hikmat TV and other television network. It has been a pleasure, and Jazakallah. Thank you very much, Brother Imtiaz Mohammad. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Allah.